Again to a press conference at our premises. Today we're facilitating the launch of a new radio station for Gibraltar. www.gibradio.com is going to be launched by Chris Wright and Anne-Marie Valverde. This is an initiative of the GSLP Liberals aimed primarily at young people. We've identified that there's a very high level of Facebook usage in the evenings in Gibraltar, and that GBC Radio ends its transmissions by 9 o'clock and moves to a music-only world service. Therefore, I'm delighted to be supporting the initiative to set up a radio station aimed primarily at young people. We in the GSLP Liberals support initiatives from young people. We supported the 2.0 entrepreneurs and purchased some of their products, and now we're supporting GIB-radio.com. We don't believe that young people should only be encouraged to ask questions. We also believe that they should be encouraged and supported in their ideas and in their initiatives. They have a lot to teach us and they have a lot to contribute to our society. Now, Chris Wright is a journalism graduate from the University of Northumbria, who's recently returned to Gibraltar, and this is an opportunity for him to start transmitting to the whole of the community over the internet. The internet, of course, provides an opportunity for radio stations and TV stations in non-established format, not transmitting over the airwaves. Anne-Marie Valverde is a talented graphic designer working with a company in Gibraltar for some years now. She's a fine art and design student from Southampton University and Northampton University. Now, after that short introduction, I think what it is best for me to do is to hand over to Chris, who I know is dying to introduce the initiative and to tell you all the fun parts about GIB Radio.
Well, first of all, I'd just like to thank everybody for coming and also take this opportunity to thank the countless volunteers we've had taking part in this and really getting involved, especially the people who've come in for and giving us their stories and allowing us to interview them. I feel that the radio is about creating a forum, a healthy platform for discussion in Gibraltar. You see, we think that it doesn't matter what political party you're from or if you're political at all, and I think that this will give them a chance to have their say and to come across with whatever points that they feel are important in the local community. Because in the end, GIB Radio is about giving everyone a voice and a chance to speak out. Now, our goals are a local orientated radio station, focusing on the musical aspects and the local stories that are important to the people of Gibraltar. I think I'm Marie, the local music guru from our radio station.
Even though we have a full PRS license, having followed the music scene here in Gibraltar, I would really like to expose the immense talents that we have, so that's a main priority.
I would just like to say that this is in no way competition with any other media source. We will be going on at 9 o'clock at night after any live transmissions are complete. And we hope to one day, when we progress to more extensive podcasting, to collaborate with GBC. Now, we feel that the difference between ourselves as a small operation and the larger media sources such as GBC is that we're quite a small and agile operation who do not have to worry about the tremendous costs of the equipment and the personnel. This is more to the side of the voluntary, but we have been given some funding, some support, especially from the GSLP, who have been tremendous in helping us set this up. Now, we believe that the radio should be a two-way street. It's not simply about disseminating information, but also about receiving it. We want to really engage the audience in this. Now, our concept behind this entire thing is that it's a user-controlled radio station. In other words, it's not simply the standard radio experience where you go on and you listen, but you're able to come on and highlight the specific sections that you feel are important to you, So for example, if all you're interested in is the music aspect, you can go on and you can listen to our section El Gato Sonambulo, which is run by Anne-Marie, and that's all about the local musicians. But if you feel that you want to be more involved with the news aspects, you go on to my own section, which is called Get Right In There. Now, if you can turn our attention to the website, I'll just show you exactly what it is we mean. See, our shows are divided into sections here. So for example, we can take the Get Right In There section, which is our news piece. So we click that, we'll load up. We will be including our own audio snippets from the radio. At the moment, since we haven't gone fully live yet, we've simply got the podcasting aspects. But we'll be including photographs, we'll be including small written pieces, just to really throw that in-depth light into the stories that are important to the locals. For example, here's the Eastern Beach feature we covered. Now, this is all part of, as I said, the user control. So for example, if you wanted to listen to the more news aspects, you'd go there. But if you wanted to go to the music, we have El Gato here, which should load up. Yeah. Now we will be including the video of the Alan Parsons concert that we covered, just an example there. But we have, as you can imagine, the standard aspects of any online radio or website, which is the forums for people to get involved with. Just discuss anything relevant to them. We will also be highlighting specific forums for each section, so we can truly understand the points within these sections that are important to them. Now, we've decided as well that due to these new medias, such as the social networking, we do have a Facebook page, which I can just get here. This is our GIB Radio Facebook page. And this will be functioning to start also forums here, so we're trying to get massive deals. Now, the website and the Facebook page have been designed by Gibraltar Web Designs and the very able Gordon Nelson. And I think he's done a fantastic job in doing all our stuff for us. So yeah, that is that. Thank you very much.
So, now that you've seen what it looks like, you'll be as impressed as I have been. I'd like to add my own thanks to Gordon Nelson for all the work he's done in making sure that this website works and looks as good as it does. And I invite you all to follow GIB Radio as from 9 o'clock tonight. Thank you very much for coming. We're also happy to take questions now, either directly or on an interview basis at the end.
I just have one question, and first of all, I think it's a great idea, new media, all the rest of it, but I'm only slightly worried for both of you because essentially, why wouldn't people just look at this and say it's effectively an audio-visual version of the new people?
Well, I think you need to suck it and see.
I did
to understand.
Right yesterday.
I think you need to suck it and see to understand that it isn't just an audio-visual version of the live people, which is Gibraltar's second of the new people, which is Gibraltar's second oldest English language weekly newspaper. So, frankly, if it were an audio-visual version of the new people, that would be an excellent thing to promote. But it isn't, because this is a radio station on the internet, including video output, run by young people for young people. But it's a very good idea that we should establish an audio-visual version of the new people, and I'm grateful for it.
We'll see.
So it is or it isn't? It isn't, but I shall take that idea under advisement, because I think it would be a very positive thing to develop as an alternative.
No, like I say, I did have a look at it yesterday, because it was live yesterday, and you changed the press conference date, but the thing was actually up and running.
Yeah.
And I did have a look at your Get Right In There. So, we'll see how you.
Well, I must also tell you that I don't think that any media that criticises the government should immediately be equated with the new people. I think that there is room in the freedom of expression that I'd like to see promoted in our society for people to criticise the government without being equated to any media that already does so. I think that in a pluralistic society, it is important that there should be as much criticism and dissent as people feel they want to express. And if Chris decides that he needs to cover something which is positive about the government initiative, that'll be a decision exclusively for Chris. If he wants to cover something which is more critical than the GSLP might have been on a particular issue, that'll be a matter.
So the funding doesn't come with an editorial
at all.
at all.
We don't believe that should be the case in respect of any media in Gibraltar, although we unfortunately suspect that it is in respect of many media in Gibraltar, and in particular those that are established.
And I'd also like to say that all the stories we did cover, such as the Eastern Beach feature, they came to me personally when they heard there was a radio starting. They just wanted to voice their opinion because in respect to, for example, the Eastern Beach matter, a lot of the people have been fed up and sort of disgruntled at the state that the beach has turned into are just looking for an outlet and a way to voice their opinion.
Is it when you, from a practical point of view, in the evenings, are you actually live or is it pre-recorded? As it were?
At the moment, we're pre-recorded, but that's because we're trying to refine it, and we're still sort of like testing it out and trying to get the best possible features for everybody. And I think that as we progress, we'll find out which shows are more popular. We'll look at statistics, we'll see what the people actually want, and then we can build up from there.
I'd like to do some bites with the protagonists.
Sure.